MetaMask is launching their own stablecoin, mUSD, this month with Stripe and Blackstone. Guys, if you don't know who Blackstone is, let's do a quick Google search. Blackstone. Okay. Who is Blackstone? Blackstone is the world's largest alternative asset manager. This is the company that owns BlackRock, okay, with over 1 trillion in assets under management. It's a global investment firm focused on areas like private equity, real estate, credit, and infrastructure. Key aspects of BlackRock: alternative asset manager. Blackstone specializes in alternative investments. I mean, guys, Blackstone is backing something with MetaMask. If you didn't think that Larry Fink was bullish enough, this is just driving it home. How much do you think Jamie Dimon likes this? I guarantee you he does not like it at all. And you know what? Tough luck, Jamie. Get used to it. This is from CoinDesk. Let's break this down a little bit further. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Ethereum wallet MetaMask will likely unveil its own stablecoin this week. Let's get into it. MetaMask, the cryptocurrency wallet that grew to popularity within the Ethereum blockchain ecosystem, is likely to unveil details of its own custom US dollar pegged stablecoin shortly, potentially as soon as this week, according to a person familiar with the matter. The MetaMask stablecoin, mUSD, was already reported to be in the works thanks to a prematurely posted governance proposal that was quickly deleted last week. After this week's potential announcement, the new dollar-pegged token will become a live asset at the end of this month, the person said. Here we have a video of Cathie Wood. All right, shout out to Cathie Wood, ARK Invest. She has her own targets. I don't know if this is relevant, but shout out to her. And she's following us around. Jesus. CoinDesk. Alrighty then. MetaMask, which has said it has over 30 million active monthly users, is working to issue its stablecoin with the help of Bridge, a firm that was acquired by fintech giant Stripe earlier this year that helps businesses integrate stablecoin payment rails. Yeah, I mean, this is the future, guys. All of that 50+% stablecoin being built on top of ETH, this is just further driving that home. MetaMask is ETH. Okay, it's ETH native. So this is just another stablecoin that is being built on top of Ethereum. Shout out to Sprouts, great supermarket. Let's get it. If you live in Arizona, let me know, guys. Institutional frenzy pushes Ethereum DEX volumes above Solana. This is another article. Back to Altcoin Daily. I mean, guys, Stripe and Blackstone. Okay, like, again, Blackstone, guys. Okay, the world's largest alternative asset manager. Okay, this is insane. Blackstone, BlackRock, it's the same thing, basically. Okay, this is insane. Larry Fink's going hard, guys. If you don't think that we should be shouting out this guy, you know, I think that you need to think twice about that. This is a beautiful fox here. MetaMask, as we know, their logo is a fox. This looks like the character fox in Super Smash Bros. On the N64. I'm not gonna lie, I'm digging it. This is nice. Yeah, I just wanted to pop up here and discuss this because we're seeing a lot. Chokepoint 3.0, JP Morgan, other banks are making it difficult, wanting to onboard users onto their own platforms. They don't want you using platforms like MetaMask. So they've been making it difficult. And at the same time, we basically see institutions and BlackRock and Blackstone be like, yeah, sure, bud. No one cares. We're going to be going about this in the fashion that we want to. That's going to make us the most money. And right now we see BlackRock and Blackstone doing things like this. And also Stripe. There's a lot of momentum happening right now. And there is a low-key fight behind the scenes between centralized and old institutions taking over this tech and newer crypto firms with decentralized tech wanting to issue out and usher in this upgrade in technology. So it's very, very interesting. At all moments in time, when you see something massive like this that recreates and reshapes the landscape of something like the financial system, you're gonna have systems of power clashing with each other. You know, we've covered what happened in the past before with very powerful men 100+ years ago when the Federal Reserve was created in 1913. Central banks came about. There were two groups of individuals opposing the creation of central banks and the Fed. And then there were people who were completely in favor for him. One of those individuals was JP Morgan, the man, not the bank, not Jamie Dimon. But it's kind of funny how they were both on that side of history. Very interesting. And now these things are being created so we can get away from that structure and that existing architecture that we've all known our entire lives here in America. The dollar, the US dollar. After 1971, it's not backed by anything. Taken off the gold standard by Nixon. What do we see? Inflation run rampant. Ever since 1911, basically, 1913 until now, the dollar's down basically 99%. It's funny because, the memes are out there basically calling the US dollar a shitcoin. It's like, oh, I got into this 4 years ago. It's down 25%, which is actually the truth, guys. 4 or 5 years ago in 2021, I believe it is, compared to now, in just 4 years, guys, the US dollar is down 25%. So what we want to drive home here is, yes, stablecoins are a great alternative. And the Trump administration made sure that the USDC, the stablecoins that they like, that are basically are one-to-one with the actual US dollar. That's what they want, because that's going to keep the dollar strong and as a reserve currency, they think. Even though we have plenty of individuals saying, Brian Armstrong being one of them of Coinbase, saying that, no, probably Bitcoin's going to be the reserve currency, just because you continue to run up the national debt, which is my biggest criticism of this administration. Is, yes, the big beautiful bill is passed. There's great things in that bill. But over the next 8 to 10 years, we're putting trillions of more dollars into the national debt. Larry Fink just said himself yesterday, so Brian Armstrong of Coinbase and now Larry Fink of BlackRock, both of them said within the past week. Larry Fink said yesterday, if the US does not get its national debt under control, Bitcoin will inevitably end up being the world's reserve currency. And let me remind you guys, Larry Fink is the head of BlackRock, the world's largest investment firm. Do you really think that guy doesn't know what he's talking about? He wasn't a fan of Bitcoin 5 years ago. And now all the time he reminds people and says publicly, yeah, that was a mistake and I was wrong about that. Every single day, you see ETFs still buying a ton of Bitcoin. Right now we're covering altcoin season. Things are shifting over to ETH a little bit for sure, but still, guys, a ton of Bitcoin is being bought up in these ETFs as well. So this is some pretty big news. I think we're going to see a lot more stablecoins be issued by retail stores like Amazon and Walmart. It's just going to make transactions and transacting easier for most people. And this is what the JP Morgans are afraid of. So what are they doing? They're trying to deter you from using these platforms and trying to encourage you into using their own. So this is very, very interesting. I would keep my eye on this very closely. MetaMask is a huge platform. They've been around for a long time. If you are in crypto and have done anything in DeFi since you've been in here, you've probably interacted with MetaMask at least once before. And for them to go out there and get a partnership with Stripe and Blackstone for their own stablecoin is freaking insane. So, I'm covering it here in the Coin Zone. I saw this and I was blown away by it. This is a huge step forward, I think, just in a fight back against institutions and centralized powers who are trying to take over this technology for themselves and brush the decentralized aspect off to the side. So this was great to me. This was great to see in my eyes. I'm curious to see who made this happen. We've talked a lot in this space about individuals like Tyler Winklevoss, for example, who have openly and publicly been talking about how they've been debanked. The banks made it harder for them to operate as a company, his company Gemini, an American crypto exchange. And, just letting you guys know, I have an interview coming tomorrow on the channel. All right, we're doing it tomorrow. It'll be released at some point in the next couple weeks. I'm doing an interview tomorrow with a digital firm, basically an American company who was trying to get into digital assets into the space in the last couple of years. And Gary Gensler's SEC debanked them, hit them with millions of dollars of legal fees, basically told them straight to their face, you guys can try as long as you want. You guys can try as many times as you want, but we're going to deter you every single time, and you're just going to rack up legal fees. That was actually happening, guys. So what this is to me is the industry fighting back. I know I mentioned Brian Armstrong. He was another big example. Coinbase, they were fighting back. If you want to listen to Brian break that down on the Sean Ryan podcast, he breaks down their entire fight with the SEC, with the Biden administration the past couple of years. All of that has been flipped on its head. The Trump administration is bringing in positive legislation, clarity, and now we're seeing things like this as well. So this is great to see in my eyes. I would encourage you guys to continue using platforms like this over a JP Morgan. If you use Bank of America or whatever, explore options of banking, in DeFi or in general outside of them. There could be better yield opportunities, better trust potentially. All these things you could potentially have a better experience. And why not get in on, the most cutting edge tech that's out there right now before most of the world does? That's my 2 cents. I got my eyes on this. There's two or three bigger topics that I've seen that I'm going to be going live on again here shortly. So stay tuned. Some very exciting things going on that I'm going to be jumping back in on. But for right now, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. MetaMask teaming up with Stripe and Blackstone. I mean, that's huge in my eyes. Shout out to Altcoin Daily for the news. Shout out to the CoinDesk for the article. And as you guys know, we are the Coin Zone. I'm Crypto with Paul. Go watch our latest interview that just came out today with Angry Crypto. That is a Cardano-based interview. Ada Gang. Go watch that video. Guys, let us know what you think about it in the comments. Once again, I will be back shortly for some more lives. In the meantime,